Good morning and good afternoon, everybody. My name is Nate Taylor with Transition Technologies, and I'm the Director of North America. Happy to be introducing this segment, this webinar for you today, and also extremely honored that our guest speakers have taken their time to speak with you. First of all, I want to discuss something very quick with you. There's no amount of money, there's no amount of budget, there's no amount of intelligence that any one person, man or woman, can have that can control time. So the fact that the audience today has taken their time to spend with us, and the fact that our guest speakers have also taken their precious time to speak today, I hope that this is time well spent and you take away a call to action to investigate some of the technologies and the solutions that we talk about today in a more deeper fashion. With that, who's going to be guest speaking, if you've had a chance to register and look at our guest speakers, is Adam from Transition Technologies, Sanjay from RealWear, Spiris from Microsoft, and Mark from Vestas. These are four individuals that I am in debt to with the knowledge that they've transferred from themselves to me, and I could not be more excited for you today. So with that, I'm going to jump into a quick commercial on Transition Technologies and real quickly introduce us. And we can't be who we are today in our global fashion without utilizing the partnerships that we have to be able to accelerate digital transformation within organizations and become a trusted service and integration partner. So our ability to do that is founded on the partnerships that we've created, both with larger organizations and the partnerships we've created within our customers as we help them meet and exceed their technical requirements. The only way we can do that is to initially find specific use cases. And within those use cases, find specific measures of success that are in a time capsule so that we can validate that our partnership is going in the correct direction. Also, the fact that we are an R&D house paves value for our customers and our partnerships because they reap the benefits of our ability to continuously research and develop, break, fix, learn, fail, learn, and build on that learning capability and transfer that knowledge. So as a young boy, I collected baseball cards, and this slide deck goes a little bit in reverse, but if I was to have a baseball card in front of me, this would be the back of it. And our statistics basically on the back of the baseball card show that as a global organization, we are part of a Transition Technologies capital group. And what that affords to our customers is that we have 23 offices across 6 continents, more than 2,000 employees. We are a private organization that is passionate in our ability to be an agile working environment, as well transferring that knowledge across many different languages. Our experience is global as well, with over 30 plus countries, and I'll go through the verticals later, but more than 40 projects in delivery across the globe are current today. So, and again, we can't do that without the partnerships that we've built over the years. And we feel that these partnerships, the last box here on the right, are the ones that we've validated have the world's best technologies that we can offer to help our customers meet and exceed their customers' requirements. And again, if this was a baseball card, this would just be the front of it, our profile, our pretty picture, and showing our global presence across Europe and in Asia and then into the Americas as well. As I mentioned in the past, if we look at any one vertical, I don't believe that we can segment transition technologies in our global experience to one vertical. We span across many verticals, as well. Our technology expertise aligns to this agility and expansion, because within our technology expertise are experienced, vast lineal global knowledge of departments that can collaborate together in any one of these verticals to be able to align to any one customer's specific technology needs. So I would encourage you, if you get time, to learn more about transition technologies. With that, I'm going to hand it over to my dear friend and a mentor of mine, Adam Gąsiorek, our CTO at Transition Technologies. Adam, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nate, for this beautiful intro and warm words. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you first why we decided to share our experience with you today. We are in this business because nobody is perfect, simply saying. People make mistakes. Frontline workers make mistakes. We are all human beings, and as human beings, we are sometimes inefficient. And usually that is caused by such factors like time pressure, fatigue, lack of knowledge, or insufficient training, or maybe task overload when too many tasks are assigned to particular resources, or maybe incomplete situational awareness, or problems in the communication between people or between people and machines. For instance, it is easy to understand that the majority of frontline workers, like engineers in charge of operations and maintenance, do not have real-time information about the performance and operating conditions of the machines in front of them. And modern technologies are helping workers, helping people to understand what are they on-the-job tasks, what are the conditions of work. Those technologies can give them superpowers. And this is why we decided to put our brains on SkillWorx, a family of hands-free solutions that are optimized for hands-free experience and for frontline workers, with the ultimate goal to improve worker safety, to improve their performance, effectivity, facilitating the way of knowledge capturing, of knowledge sharing. So sharing this tribal knowledge of industrial organization among personnel, between experienced workers, seasoned workers, professionals, and new generation of workers. And at the end of the day, it all can translate to significant reduction of human errors, those mistakes that are driven by plenty of reasons behind. And we want to achieve those goals by providing 4 major functional areas to people like this gentleman on the picture, that is equipped with a next generation of personal computer, a wearable headset that can deliver right information to the right person at the right place and at the right time, all in digital format, by getting rid of paper binders, paper-based work instructions, manual effort to access the information from multiple silos, to register operation status, and so on and so forth. Another flavor is to give this ability of close cooperation between people, regardless of the physical distance between them, to enable collaboration and communication between workers on site and the people at the back office, experts, so they can smoothly work hand in hand, even though they are in different places. And if we think about this contextual access to information and ability to to access right specification, right document, right procedure definition, right checklist at important moments of work, plus having an insight to real-time sensor data to process status as if we are in operating room in front of SCADA systems or human-machine interface, but still having both hands free and just taking a glance of set of filtered out information, just like we consume the info from GPS devices or GPS navigations on our dashboards. That gives you a new way to save thousands of hours, to eliminate the risk of accidents, to get the job done at very first try. And we built SkillWorx on two major elements. One is RealWear HMT1 headset, head-mounted tablet device, which in few seconds Sanjay from RealWear will go into details. The second aspect is Azure and cloud computing, which gives this superpowers to wearable device, which is optimized for the full shift battery use, and offload all costly computations by taking advantage of cloud machines, GPU power, so that we can put, let's say, a flavor of intelligence into wearable devices. So let me introduce you Sanjay, president of RealWear and co-founder of RealWear, the man who does the right things and does them right way. So Sanjay, the floor is yours. Please introduce our audience to RealWear HMT1 platform and your philosophy.
Good morning, everybody. Yes, thank you very much, Adam. It's an honor to be able to talk to you today, and we have enjoyed a very good and strong and deep partnership with Transition Technologies in the last couple of years on helping bring the connected worker scenarios to life at many major customers, also including Vestas, who we'll hear from later with Mark Jackson. So let me spend a few minutes here on the important points with RealWear. So firstly, on the page here, you'll see a picture of one of our customers, Kronos. Kronos is the largest manufacturer of bottling and beverage filling lines in the world. And their machines are making polyester blow mold bottles for soda, for Coke and Pepsi and similar products, also beer cans. And they're very high volume production equipment in the manufacturing facilities of their customers. The field service experience that they have for their equipment now involves this HMT1, where the customer can call over the video connection with the camera and receive expert help from the service center, and can reduce the downtime of the machine from many hours to a few minutes, which improves the production at the customer's site. Also improves the customer satisfaction for Kronos, also reduces the cost of field service for Kronos, and they charge a little extra for it, so they improve their service revenues, all in one step, all with the HMT1. This is a very typical field service use case. Let's go to the next slide, please. So the HMT1, you can think of it as the synthesis of a rugged industrial tablet and smart glasses. It's really targeted specifically for industrial workers. It's not a consumer product. It can be attached to a helmet or worn with a head strap or a headband or a baseball cap, but it really combines the power of the tablet. It's a powerful Snapdragon processor, rugged design, with the hands-free capability of the smart glasses. And this product is in fact 100% hands-free. And as you see here, the HMT1 and HMT1Z1 are the two major products. They are the HMT1 is the ultra rugged product, and the HMT1Z1 is intrinsically safe. In fact, it's the world's only ATEX Zone 1, Class 1 Division 1 intrinsically safe wearable computer, and is used by many oil and gas companies and gas utilities around the world. RealWear is really focused on these first-line workers for completely hands-free usage of productivity, safety, and training. Slides are advancing just a little bit fast. If you could hold on, thank you. So the solution is designed for many different industries, as you'll see on this slide, and we have deployed customers in all of these industries. These are not pilots, these are not proof of concepts, these are real commercial deployment. Next slide, please. Okay, so there are 5 major use cases for this platform, and they all depend on software applications, and Transition Technologies is in a position to create solutions based on these use cases for many customers. The most important one we see is Remote Mentor. This is the See What I See remote vision, where the camera is streaming to a remote expert, and it can be operated completely hands-free. And we have thousands of customers using this solution with major platforms like Microsoft Teams and Cisco WebEx and Zoom, as well as many specialized integrated applications. And this is very good for remote factory acceptance, remote field service, auditing, inspections, maintenance work without travel. And of course, during COVID, travel can be very difficult. We also see digital workflow, step-by-step instructions that can come from other systems of record like PTC's Windchill or SAP or Oracle on the back end, and Dynamics Field Service 365. And we're going to hear from Spiros from Microsoft soon. We see document navigation. This is the ability to look at technical manuals, PDFs, and other technical important manuals, hands-free, can be cloud synced, can be operated and zoomed in using your voice without needing hands, and look at the document while you're doing the work. Micro-training, this is capturing the expertise by recording it and then playing it back as step-by-step instructions for other users. So an experienced worker can actually create a standard operating procedure using video, using our device, and other workers can then follow it. An IoT data visualization, where we get data from platforms like Azure IoT using visualization techniques such as the ones you see in the picture, so that the worker in front of the asset can see the live data as they're working on it. And so these are the 5 core use cases. Let's go to the next slide. We have many important and large customers. At this point in the market, some of these customers have pretty high scale deployments. Our largest customer has almost 1,000 units deployed. We have many in the multiple hundreds of units deployed all over the world in all these industries. And it's because this is really the gold standard for industrial workers, with the broadest range of solutions, the most robust and rugged design, the intrinsically safe capability. And you can assume with confidence that because these large customers have got through their IT security integrations and their assessments and their user training and their system integration, that these solutions can indeed be deployed at scale right now. Next slide, please. So now I'd like to talk a little bit about the impact of COVID. And, I'd like to frame that in these 3 topics: connectivity, continuity, and culture. Let's go into each of these. Next slide. So when we talk about connectivity, connectivity is different now. We have coronavirus interrupting our connectivity, as symbolized on the left. Now we need to be able to think about how will we connect our vendors to our factory so they can do their field service and assessments. How do we connect our field service to our customer like Kronos? How does the master train the apprentice when they can't be side by side? How does the teams in the field connect to operations at headquarters? And this connectivity can be improved by devices and solutions like this, where we can really see in the eyes and shoes and hands of the worker from a remote location. And we can, of course, connect over cellular or Wi-Fi or other forms of connection, even satellite links, to make that happen. Let's go to the next slide, please. And the purpose of this is to ensure continuity. We want to make sure that when our equipment goes down or needs resetting, it can be done fast, it can be done remotely, and keep production going. Resolve IT systems. We had a situation with one of our customers, Shell, where an entire oil terminal was closed down by an IT issue, and the vendor from Belgium could not travel. They were able to resolve it over the video call in a few minutes and avoided a disruption to the fuel supply in parts of Germany because of the use of the HMT1 by Shell. We're also able to ensure continuity on making sure that our staff are not exposed to the virus, which of course, if staff can't come to work, then that impacts business continuity. We can proactively manage the supply risks. We can audit the supply chain in the factory remotely so that we can go upstream to the suppliers and manage their risks to help manage and reduce their risks. We can digitally deliver services and operations and expertise, and we need to do it whilst ensuring IT security, because a hack will also affect your business continuity, as we've seen recently with companies like Garmin in the news. Next slide, please. And finally, this is very important to establishing the new culture. The new culture for the field force is that we won't be in the field as much as we were. Most people are working from home, and that will likely stay like this for a long time, maybe even after COVID. We have to become power users of these collaboration tools, not just simple users of dialing into a call. We need to be able to be proactive, to reach out and make this culture, draw our customers and our suppliers into this culture, and build a resilient enterprise that can withstand this shock and future shocks that may come in our world. At the same time, we have the opportunity to lower costs, save on travel, conserve our resources, so that when we come back from this pandemic, we're positioned to accelerate further because of the digital transformation that has been accelerated. We've seen that at RealWear's business. Tremendous growth. Two or more years of digital transformation in 2 months, as Satya Nadella said about 6 or 7 months ago, and we definitely see it here at RealWear. Next slide, please. So as we draw together connectivity, continuity, and culture, we can think about starting with knowledge transfer and addressing the demographics of the workforce. We can move into the urgency of business continuity, keeping our factories running, keeping our service operations going. And then finally, we're positioned for strong recovery, clearing the backlog of orders, clearing the backlog of work to be done, and being in position to accelerate with this digital transformation that we will have accomplished. And I think this is a really key moment in time to take advantage of these technologies. Next slide. Particularly for COVID, we can look at 4 ways that we can help. Accelerating the manufacturing of PPE and other medical equipment like ventilators. We have customers doing that. Helping maintain critical infrastructure during social distancing. Many customers doing this. Improving the healthcare capacity in the healthcare system through telemedicine, thermal screening, and testing, which we can do with thermal cameras or do with doctor-patient interactions over a video call with a hands-free device. And finally, improving the ability for the virus and other treatment companies, drug companies, to scale up their manufacturing, which is going to be needed in the very near future. I have multiple customers who are using HMT1s to help configure and manage and improve their capacity so they can deliver vaccines at scale. So even in the middle of COVID, technologies like these can be instrumental in helping us get through this time. Thank you so much for the opportunity to present. Thank you for Transition Technologies for this time.
Thank you very much, Sanjay. We highly appreciate the close partnership with RealWear and that very pragmatic point of view on augmenting workers and solving real life problems with hands-free experience and next generation of human-machine interface that you pursue. And this platform gives us a possibility to address those people make mistakes, issues, and pain points, and we are willing to change that with a solution that understands worker physical location and what he or she is supposed to do there. We introduce Spatial Intelligence to HMT1 platform in order to show what, where, and how should be done, and how to document what was actually done, and all that, of course, to improve worker safety, increase the effectiveness, accelerate onboarding, reduce paperwork, and all those traditionally related issues with paperwork and procedures, and deliver digital work instructions, deliver digital checklist, deliver digital standard operating procedures or machine changeover procedures, any kind step-by-step instructions you can imagine in industrial setting. And now I'd like to demonstrate how that can be experienced by the frontline worker. So imagine that you put yourself into the shoes of a frontline worker and experience what he or she is experiencing with HMT1 device. I mentioned spatial intelligence because RealWear HMT camera can understand volumetry, 3 dimensions of workers' surroundings, so that people guiding a person remotely during traditional audio-video call can augment the field of view of the worker with augmented reality overlays, with the digital markers that are sticky to physical elements. And those markers can encapsulate occupational health safety labels, maybe some focus areas, what to do and what not to do in order to get the job done safely. Maybe let's switch over now to how it may look like from the mentor point of view, and I will just go silent for 2 or 3 minutes so that you can see how that real-time collaboration, that distance troubleshooting, distance learning can take place.
Hi Adam, how's it going?
Paul, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Quite
how
good.
are you doing? Good. So what's the problem?
Quite good. I was sent to replace the thermal sensor in one of those thermostats. So I don't know which model it is, so if you can guide me.
Sure, I can see you got the electrical switches on your left-hand side.
Yep.
So the first thing we got to do is we got to turn off the electric power supply to it. So if you can,
yeah, can you let me know which fuse?
Yeah, so if you could focus your gaze on the top row of switches.
Yeah.
I want you to flip this, the first one on the
Okay.
right.
Okay, by the way, can you switch the recording on?
Of course.
Good, then.
Here we go, we're recording for future reference.
Yeah, cool, okay.
So let's flip the switch.
Okay, so it's number 8, right?
Yes, first one on the right.
That one.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, that is off. Good.
Yep. That's the single one, the only one, or?
Yes, that's the only one, and it is fine. Thanks.
Okay.
So now if you could focus on the thermostat. The first one on the right, if you flip it a little bit to show us the cables.
It's off.
It's off, very good. Cool. So the cables you want to detach are the first 2 ones on the left. It's going to be this one. There we go.
Okay, and then just connect the new one.
Yes.
With the same cables. Cool.
Please don't mix the cables.
Okay, so if you can just validate that proper order.
The one on the left is blue, so that's fine. And the one on the right is black, so it's also fine. Great. So you can put the thermostat back, flip it back, and let's get back to the electrical switch.
Okay. That was A8.
Yes, that's the one.
Okay.
It should be back on, and it should be operating.
Yep. Thanks, man.
Very welcome.
Appreciate it.
If you are willing to explore the manufacturing-related use cases or that knowledge capturing and sharing for facility management, or maybe utilities-related use cases like this one on the top right corner with water and sewage inspections, or any other digital work instructions that can take advantage from spatial understanding, like changeover procedures, inspections in food, beverage, pharma, manufacturing, oil, gas, energy sectors. I highly encourage you to go on our TTPSC.com page when you can get more details, not only about our SkillWorx solution, but also the services around IoT, AR, and digital threat. And please connect either with Nate Taylor or with myself, so then we can have deeper discussions about your business case and how we can help you, support you during your digital transformation journey.